Okay. Hey Dynamo fans, this is Urban here. I'm here with Nigel Rivers, checking out the new Dynamo bass amp here, and we're going to see what he can do with it here. See y'all in a minute.
Hello, my name is Nigel Rivers. I was born and raised in Dallas, Texas, and I have played and toured with such artists as Erykah Badu, Chrisette Michelle, Eric Roberson, and I've been on songs with the likes of Gladys Knight, Lupe Fiasco, Common, and yeah, I've traveled and done a lot all over the world and played on a lot of records, and it's been a great ride so far, and God willing, I'm gonna keep doing it.
Hey Dynamo fans, this is Irvin here. I'm just hanging out with Nigel, checking out the new Dynamo GT Bass amp. And we just finished letting him check it out and see what he thinks about it. So what you think, bro?
It's great. It's great. Extremely versatile. Has a great mid-range and a very crispy high end that I like. Very round low end. That's really great. And yeah, I'm very impressed by it.
All right, cool, man. So just real quick, pretty much, you know, I tried to keep this, you know, as classic and simple as possible. It's 300 watt, all tube, 2 preamp, has the standard, you know, Fender style mid section in there. You know, I play guitar and I play a little bass, so, you know, I included the depth and presence control in there, and that gives it more of the resonance to low end resonance that you normally would have like in a guitar amp, but also in the bass. It's tuned for bass guitar, so it sounds pretty good. So if you have a cabinet that doesn't have a lot of meat to it, it'll add that meat, definitely. And the presence is going to give you a little bit more of the mid-range brightness to kind of brighten it up. I also want to point out, it has a high cut filter on here and bright. So if you have one of those cabs that doesn't have a tweeter, for example, and you want to brighten it up, you can flip this and it will actually make it a little bit more brighter. This also has a pre and post gain. So it has, or you can say pre-gain, and it has a master volume, better way of putting it. So you can kind of adjust this, you know, before the EQ, and then you have your master as your final volume on it. It's feature, you know, it's in there. You can use it. We'll know that does not do a lot of distortion, so it's pretty clean. This amp is very, I should say, not passive, but transparent. So if you suck, you're gonna suck. But anyway, for most players, they like that because it doesn't color the tone, and you're able to hear things that get buried in a lot of other amps you play, and little like, you know, harmonics and stuff you may do for like jazz, whatever. It kind of just gets lost. It shows up in here, and you can just, it just rings, you know. Another friend of mine, he explained this amp actually about an hour ago. He was saying that he thinks it was like a hi-fi amp. So it's kind of like a, you know, for hi-fi type of thing. Well, I can't argue with it because the components in here are actually audiophile grade, which is what hi-fi uses. So I don't use all the standard components and resistors, caps, whatever. This actually has Mundorf caps in there. If you guys know anything about that, Mundorf caps are from Germany. They're using the ultra high-end audiophile hi-fi type amplifiers, and I wanted to try them out to see if they make a difference. And I built the amp around them, and they sound, well, the amp sounds awesome, I should say. And also, you know, some of those big, you know, big giant amps, the big hunkers, you know, it has those big transformers in there. This actually has the hi-fi style toroidal transformers in there, so I guess you could say it's kind of a hi-fi amp, you know. That's probably why all those, you know, those features and little intricacies come out in the playing, because of what I use for that. And also, you gotta love these big knobs. I love them. It's just cool.
Yeah, the knobs are great.
Big knobs.
Yeah, easy to manipulate and see. Yeah.
You can see exactly where you're at. There's no guess. You know, there's a little, actually, those little bitty knobs. You gotta sit there and tweak it and whatever else. These are big, and my next version of this amp, I think, I'm gonna probably take away some of them and be even less. Just less is more, in my opinion. You know. Less is more. You know, if you guys you want to do compression, you want to do all the parametric EQing, all that stuff. Great. It has an effects loop, actually a tube buffered effects loop. So you're able to run that through your own pedals, or you can have a rack, whatever you want. You can have your own stuff, and then this keeps it clear, so you have a better tone. You know, unlike some of the amps that put all that stuff in there, if you don't use it, it takes away from your tone. And it's easier for you to mess up your tone, because if you don't know how to use them, you just want to cut it on. You have a gig, and you're in between. It's like all the band's playing on the bill that night, and you're having to set up real quick, turn everything on, and go. You're sitting there screwing with these controls, so you know, you messed your tone up. Right. So sometimes less is better. That's you know. That's right. So
absolutely.
Anyway, so it's been fun, man. I appreciate you coming out and checking this out for me, and get some of that off there. Yeah. Anyway. So guys, to see you guys later. There's more to come. I have more amps coming. This is just a starter. So see you guys later. Peace out.